Hello students, here I am, your AEM ma'am, and today we are going to begin with the poem The Duck and the Kangaroo. It is written by Edward Lear. Let us do a little bit of background research on Lear. Well, he was born on the 12th of May in 1812. He died on 29th January 1888 at the age of 75. By occupation, he was an artist, an illustrator, a writer, a poet, and a musician. The genre of his literature, it was children's literature, literary nonsense, and limericks. And the notable works, the Book of Nonsense, The Owl and the Pussycat. He used animal characters a lot, and through these characters, he portrayed friendship and all different vices and virtues of life. So, let's not waste any time and dive right into the poem. The Duck and the Kangaroo by Edward Lear. Two friends, the duck and the kangaroo, are about to set on a long pleasure trip. The kangaroo, though happy to carry the duck all the way on the tip of his tail, is wary of her wet feet. What will the duck do to make the kangaroo feel comfortable over land and sea? Let us find out how they go about it. Now, what is the meaning of the word wary? The kangaroo is showing concern or caution about the possible dangers. That is the meaning. Okay? So now let's see what happens. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. So you see, here a duck and a kangaroo meet, and the duck says to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop." Good gracious means, wow, how beautifully you can hop. We all know that kangaroos hop over the fields and the water too. A duck cannot hop. A duck has webbed feet. So it may walk on the ground, on the fields, or it may swim in the pond. But it cannot hop. So it is praising the kangaroo and saying, "Wow, beautiful, how nicely you can hop. And you hop in such a manner that it appears as if you never would stop, as if you would keep on hopping and hopping until and unless you reach the end of the world. You can travel anywhere you want. You are so full of speed. You're beautiful. In contrast, my life is a bore in this nasty pond." In the pond in which the duck lives, it is a small pond, and in comparison to the outer world where everything is beautiful, the duck has to stay in the pond. It cannot jump around and hop around because it is a duck. So the duck says that it is so boring. Every day I keep on swimming in the boundaries of my pond, within the boundaries. Maybe sometimes I go to land, but then that's it. I again have to come back to my pond. I cannot hop around. I cannot go anywhere outside this nasty pond. Here, nasty pond doesn't mean the pond is nasty or bad or dirty. Here it means that my life is kind of nasty. My life is kind of boring. Bad life. No adventure. Nothing exciting about my life. That is why she says it's a nasty pond. It's a nasty and boring life. And I long to go out. I long means I desire, I wish to go out in the world beyond. The world that is beyond the pond. Okay? I wish I could hop like you. The duck says that if she could hop like the kangaroo, then she could easily hop around and go wherever she wanted to go. But she cannot, said the duck to the kangaroo. Now you see, the duck has praised the kangaroo and it is showing its desire that it wants to go outside this pond. It's boring life. Let's see what happens. "Please give me a ride on your back," said the duck to the kangaroo. "I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through, and we'd go to the Dee and the Jelly Bolly, over the land and over the sea. Please take me on a ride, oh do," said the duck to the kangaroo. Now, after telling the kangaroo about the boring life, now the duck carefully presents her wish to the kangaroo. She requests the kangaroo to take her with him. She tells the kangaroo, "I would sit quite still. I would not move at all. Just let me ride on your back. As you hop around, I will sit quietly. I will not say anything." By default, the sound that is made by the duck is quack. That is, if at all required, I may just say one quack. Other than that, I will not disturb you. I will not continuously ask you anything. I will just not move. You will not even feel that I am there on your back. I will just be there and sit absolutely still. Please let me ride on your back the whole of the long day through. Throughout the day, as you ride from here to there, from there to another place, I will just be on your back and I will see the beautiful places. And we'd go to the Dee and the Jelly Bolly. These are all imaginary beautiful places. You see, it's children's literature, and over here these places, they don't exist on the map, but in your imagination there are as many places as you want, and give them as many beautiful names as you want. Jelly Bolly, you can make it Jambo, Sea, whatever, doesn't really matter. But here, these places, they are all beautiful places that the duck talks about, and on the back of the kangaroo, the duck wishes to go and visit these beautiful lands. Over the land and over the sea. Over the land, the kangaroo is going to hop and go, even over the sea, because the kangaroo can jump, and literally the kangaroo will not be jumping on water, but here it means everywhere. Everywhere the kangaroo can go, because it can hop around, it can jump around. "Please take me on a ride, oh do, oh please take me on a ride." The duck is requesting, the duck is desperate. It wants to come out of that boredom, of the life that it has been living till now in the pond, said the duck to the kangaroo. Let's see what the kangaroo has to say. Said the kangaroo to the duck, "This requires some little reflection. Perhaps, on the whole, it might bring me luck. And there seems but one objection, which is, if you let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatis," said the kangaroo. It means the kangaroo is on the other side saying, it requires some little reflection, that is, some deep thought, some deep thinking. I need to think on it, whether I will take you with me or not. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. What does this line mean? It suggests that the kangaroo could be a bit superstitious. All along the kangaroo has been traveling. It has hopped around the world so many times, but it has been all alone. So, taking the duck could bring him some luck, make him happier, give him some company. Being alone and then having a friend with you. Imagine yourself sitting in a classroom all alone. Imagine your friend with you, talking. So, it's always better to have some company. So the kangaroo says that maybe all this while it has been traveling, but it hasn't been so lucky. Somewhere here or there it has gone something wrong. Taking the duck with it could be a lucky charm for the kangaroo, isn't it? But there seems but one objection, one problem. What is the problem? Which is, if you let me speak so bold, That is, if you don't mind, I want to say something right on your face. I hope you don't mind. Which is, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. Now you see, children, the duck is always in the pond. So as a result, the feet are always submerged in the water. So naturally the feet are wet and they are also cold. So the kangaroo is saying, okay, I might take you with me, but there is a problem, my dear friend. And I hope you don't mind me telling you directly, that is, your feet are so cold and wet. And so if I carry you on my back, probably give me the rheumatis, said the kangaroo. Rheumatis means it is a disease, the rheumatism. Muscle and bone problem from getting the cold and the wet feet continuously on the back of the kangaroo. So that could be a big problem, my dear. Taking you? Okay, I might as well. But what about your wet feet? Said the kangaroo. Now let's see what the duck has to say in return. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. And I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks, which fit my web feet neatly. And to keep out the cold, I've bought a cloak. And every day a cigar I'll smoke, all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. The duck is ready. No matter what, I will be traveling on your back, my dear friend. Webbed feet, cold feet, no problem. I have done all the necessary arrangements. As the duck was sitting on the rocks, what did the duck have to say? I have thought over that completely. And I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks. Worsted means woolen. Woolen socks. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 pairs already I have bought. And they fit my web feet neatly. Neatly means perfect fit. It is not going to be loose. And it is not going to fall off my feet and the cold feet will not touch your back. You know what loose socks look like? Imagine the assembly line. Some of you are always standing outside. Socks are falling down. So, think like the duck. The socks that will fit you absolutely perfectly. Okay? And to keep out the cold, I've bought a cloak. What is a cloak? Cloak is like a garment, a covering that you wear around yourself and you keep warm. Every day, I'll smoke a cigar. And not only that, I'm going to protect my feet with woolen socks. I'm going to wrap around the cloak around me. And along with that, every day, I'll smoke a cigar. Cigar is just like a cigarette, but it is bigger in size and it is brown in color. And people smoke cigars. The Cuban cigars are very famous in this context and it is very, very costly. So, along with the socks, along with the cloak, I'm going to smoke a cigar and it is going to make me warm. So there is no need to worry. No matter how cold and how wet my feet may be, you are not going to feel anything. All you will feel is the warmth from my body and the warmth of the friendship of my heart. And all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. The cigar, the cloak and the socks, they are going to provide warmth to my body and the warmth of my friendship, that is the love of my kangaroo. Okay? The duck presents all the options that she has already thought from beforehand and readied. So there is no need to worry about the rheumatism or any other disease that might cause trouble to the kangaroo. Now let's see what happens. Said the kangaroo, I'm ready. All in the moonlight pale. But to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady and quite at the end of my tail. So away they went with a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round. And who so happy? Oh, who? As the duck and the kangaroo. So you see, in the last paragraph, the poet talks about the sweet bond of friendship. How? Said the kangaroo, I am ready. So after the duck says that everything has been taken care of, the kangaroo is also ready. Okay, fine. The kangaroo had problem only with the wet and cold feet of the duck. Now that the duck has taken care of everything, there is no problem. So the kangaroo was ready. All in the moonlight pale. That is, they did not waste any more time. They did not wait for the next morning to come to start their journey. The very moment, instantly, they started their journey. Pale moonlight doesn't matter. The energy and the brightness that they had in their hearts, that was bright enough for them to start their journey. Now the kangaroo says, but to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. Don't keep moving. You have to give me a good balance. So don't just sit on my back, but sit quite at the end of my tail. That is, sit at the end of my tail so that when I hop, I get the balance. If you are going to sit right at the back, then I may not be in a perfect condition to hop and we may disbalance and fall off. So let us not fall down and have an accident. Balance me right at the tip of my tail. And so what did they do? Hopped the whole world 3 times round. Not once, not twice, not thrice. They were so happy. They were so much energetic. Together, they hopped around the world 3 times. And who was happy? Oh, who? As the duck and the kangaroo. They were both very, very happy. The kangaroo had been all alone, quite unlucky. The kangaroo is finally lucky enough to have a companion. And the duck, who was bored throughout his life in the duck pond, now finally is jumping around with the kangaroo. So, both of them now are together and they're enjoying their lives around the world, not once, not twice, but 3 times. So children, how did you like the poem? I enjoyed it thoroughly and I hope you did too. Now let us finish the class today on this note of friendship. So you see, sometimes we may have some disagreements with our friends, but behave like the duck. If your kangaroo has a problem, take care of it. And the kangaroos, you too, if the duck wants something, arrange it, discuss it, talk amongst yourselves, and whatever the problems are, get rid of them. And then take on your journey of friendship around the world as many times as you want. So, that's it for the day. You people, stay home, stay safe, be very, very happy. Bye-bye.